All right, here are some quick examples of some dimensional analysis problems, or essentially just converting from one unit to another. And these are definitely skills that you need to know for any of your chemistry and physics classes going forward. So for the first question, how many seconds are in 584 days? So if you're unsure where to start, I usually like to make a map of where my units are going, given what we're starting with. So we're starting from days, and we want to go to seconds. So I can just write a small map of where I'm going over here. So we're going from days, and the next unit down from days, we can say, okay, and how many hours are in one day? So now we're going to hours. We can go from hours to minutes. That would be the next smallest, and then from there we can go to our desired unit here, which was seconds. So I can write this just to remind myself where I'm going, because we can actually write the conversion out in one giant string. So we're gonna, again, like I said, if you're not sure where to start, we're gonna start with what we are given, 584 days. And the way that I like to set this up is write this in a fraction format so all of my units cancel out. So we can also, based on our map over here, we can say for every one day, making sure that our units would cancel out diagonally, there are 24 hours. And then again, based on our map, we can continue going from here. For every 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. And again, our units will cancel out diagonally. And we can continue going. Now we've finished hours. We can say for every 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. And again, our units will cancel out, and we are left with our desired units of seconds. And once this has been calculated, you just multiply straight across. You do 584 times 24 in the calculator, and you multiply that answer by 60, and then you multiply that answer by 60 again. And that gives us a total of 50,457,600 seconds, which is quite a bit. And if we look at number 2, basically the same thing. These are units on the right over here. These conversion factors, 1 kilometer equals 0.621 miles, and 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. These are just general units going from the metric system to the imperial system that we use here. So number 2 is how many inches in 1 kilometer. And so we're going to map it out kind of in the same fashion that we did before. And I'm just going to write that over here. We're going from a kilometer, and from there we can go to miles. And from here it's more familiar territory. We can go to feet. And then from feet we can go to our desired unit of inches. All right. So in this case we were given 1 kilometer, so we can just write that over here, 1 km. And for every, just like we did above, we can say for every 1 kilometer, there are 0.621 miles. And our units will cancel out diagonally. And we can just continue through the conversion. We can say for every 1 mile, given our conversion factor on the right, we have 5,280 feet. And again, these units will cancel out. And from there we can continue. We can say for every 1 foot, there are 12 inches, which we know as a conversion factor. And when we use a calculator again for this, we basically would multiply our 1 kilometer times 0.621, and take that answer, multiply that by 5,280, and multiply that number again by 12. And that gives us a answer of 39,283.2 inches.